Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down under the mat. This is Mr. Dan Danielson. I'm Roddy Reece. We are here in Madison Square Garage around the pool table of relevancy. On today's episode, we will discuss Odyssey Jones being released from WWE and the circumstances behind that. We have Guilia making her NXT debut this week and also in-ring debut against Chelsea Green. And next week on Raw, Bret Hart makes an appearance. Stay tuned to find out more. Dan, how you feeling? It's been a big week for wrestling.
Shocked. I'm surprised. All this news.
We are
how good
filming this after All Out. It was very intense.
Shut up, Tony Khan.
I feel like it was a very intense show.
It's a very intense show. Your shirt is very appropriate.
I was there at All Out. I got covered in all the blood.
There was a lot of blood on that show. Look,
it is a nice looking shirt though.
It is. Slipknot, not Fest. What a great shirt. We're going next year, right?
No.
What do you mean?
I'm going to good things. We're going to AEW.
Yeah.
I'm getting married 2 weeks before.
I'm doing
AEW
all of these things too.
Yeah, but I'm getting married and then I'm going to Japan in May.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to Japan, but
yeah, exactly.
Not Fest. Slipknot will come back out. You go to it. You watch. We'll see. Look, I've had a really big week. How about you? I mean,
big week.
Lots of work, lots of wrestling.
Too much wrestling. Man.
So much wrestling to watch.
I mean, not too much, but like...
I don't know.
I think after All Out, I've kind of hit my limit, and then it spilt over a little bit.
Yeah.
Go watch our All Out review. You'll see why.
Yeah, please do. Go comment on that video for us and tell us if we were right or wrong in our opinions of how much that show maybe went a little bit too far.
A little bit too far.
This week in wrestling, though, we, like you said, there was last weekend was Bash in Berlin, which we put a show up about.
Yep.
And then following that, the next day there was No Mercy from NXT.
Yep.
Then we had Raw.
Yep.
Then we had NXT. Then we had Dynamite.
Yep.
Then we had TNA Emergence. No, that was the week before, but then there was TNA.
Yep.
Then on Friday, we had SmackDown, Rampage, and Collision.
Yep.
And then we had All Out.
Every day of the week we've had wrestling. It's
a lot. And
man, I'm overstimulated.
Also within the same week, it was the return of the NFL.
Yeah.
That started back for us in Australia on Friday.
That's a shame.
That was in Brazil, which was hilarious.
It could have been cool.
Yeah, I mean, they could have all died too, though. Like Americans down in Brazil, who knows? And then the most important news for the week, obviously, was that Linkin Park have now returned with a new singer.
Linkin Park are fucking back.
I'm pretty keen for that. I'm a massive Linkin Park fan, so that was a very emotional morning for me on Friday.
Yeah, good morning though.
And I can't wait for them to do a proper world tour next year, and I'm buying tickets to that. And I don't give a shit. I don't care when it is.
The fact that the album's coming out so soon as well, like
in November,
it's just like a couple months.
Oh, you know the interesting thing? I was talking to you about the Apple Music interview that they do with the guy from Apple Music that does it with them. He's already listened to the album, and he was talking. He was going, the emotion. What's the song called? The Emotionless Machine.
The single?
Yeah, the single.
Yeah,
I think maybe that's what I can't remember. But he's like, so that on the album is really good, and then there's all the other songs, and he's like, he stops. He's like, I shouldn't have said anything about the album, should I? Oh shit. And they're like, just keep going. It's all right. He's like, I'm in so much trouble. So that was quite funny.
I mean, like that happens all the time in the music industry. Like, I've got a friend 100%. Who used to do like music reviews for a metal website and stuff. Like
is it Nathan Johnny? No? Okay.
He still gets...
another YouTube deep cut, ladies and gentlemen.
He still gets early access to albums. Like, he still has albums sent to him, like, 2 months early.
Yeah, okay.
So, it's just a perk of being in the music biz.
Yeah, great. So, obviously, busy week for us with everything. What about in the news?
Huge news to kick off the week. Odyssey Jones has... been released by WWE.
Has this been confirmed, though?
Yes.
Like, actually properly confirmed, WWE released a statement saying he's now no longer with the company.
I didn't check WWE.
I don't think it's been
everyone's
confirmed.
like, he's gone removed from the roster.
Yeah, he's off the roster page. I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
But the fact...
I don't think an official statement's been made. I haven't seen anything.
The fact to me that he is now getting a push, part of the New Day,
Yeah.
had a storyline, maybe now has done TV, which is not a good thing. We don't want to condone that whatsoever.
No.
We discussed that on our podcast previously with the Nikki Bella stuff.
Yep.
It's not a joke. Don't do it. So if he has done it, fair and warning. See you later. Right?
Yep.
But to me, the point when it happened and then people were tagging Xavier Woods and then Woods on Twitter was like, hey, it wasn't to do with me. I was away that weekend. Like, I don't think if it was known to be a release because of DV and
He would've
he
made that
knew that,
comment.
I don't think he would have said a word.
Fair point. Fair point.
So I would probably, I think that if that is the case and he has been released, then it's his own fault.
Yeah. There's no tolerance stand with that sort of stuff.
Which
Even
is fair.
even if the court case gets done and dusted and it gets overruled and there was nothing that got convicted, it's still like moment something comes out, you take a stance and you distance yourself.
It's a big blight on the company.
Yeah.
What does it bring in? Like, it's the rugby league terminology when they do it when idiot football players do things. It's bringing the game into disrepute.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it's probably the same thing from a WWE standpoint, right? You're
Yeah,
bringing their
absolutely.
business, and they are a family business. They are a billion-dollar company on obviously all of the TV networks and stuff. They do all these Make-A-Wishes. They do all the stuff with the merch and the families and the kids and the fan fests and everything like that. The second this should happen with Vince McMahon, see you later.
Yep.
If they're going to do that with Vince, they can do that with any wrestler.
Anyone.
So, sucks because I kind of enjoyed the New Day with him coming
man,
into it. It was
he
actually a
just-
fun story.
After 12 months of just
Horrible
being
timing.
in the cafeteria out the back, doing nothing, finally gets his debut, makes a huge impact, one of the most viewed videos this year, and then it's just, see ya. He's just gone. Very unfortunate. But
Part of me hopes it's all storyline. And
I feel like it's a bit touchy using that as storyline.
No. I hope that's
Do you mean
not
like-
part of the storyline.
Yeah.
I hope
okay.
that it's a storyline that he got dropped and it comes out the DV thing was something that happened in 2017 and it was a miscommunication or something. Like, it was not an actual thing. If it's an actual thing, get rid of him.
Yeah.
But I hope that that's the miscommunication that doesn't actually have occurred and it's all a storyline as to why he got dropped.
Right, okay.
But maybe I'm like this much hope.
Yeah.
I think it's a small chance that that's the case.
Yeah. Moving on, NXT had a huge week this week. They
Yeah.
had the debut of the much anticipated Julia making her way over.
Julia
from
Guilia. I still don't
Great
get why it's
movie. If you haven't seen The Wedding Singer, go watch it. It's hilarious.
I still don't get why she calls it Julia with a G, but whatever.
Something different.
I also didn't know that she was Italian Japanese,
Yeah, a lot of
which is weird.
since she debuted at No Mercy, a lot of stuff has come out about her journey through
Yeah.
like starting wrestling, getting to like New Japan and All Japan and all that stuff, and then making the jump over. Crazy story.
Oh yeah.
Like-
And she's a talent. Like she's going to be really good. I've seen all the articles and stuff where Meltzer and that are saying that they don't think her hard hitting style will work in the WWE. Give it a chance.
Yeah, give it time. Shinsuke's doing somewhat okay.
Who?
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Who's
You
that?
may have heard of him.
I've forgotten about him. What does he do?
I forgot about him.
I haven't
today
seen
until
him
I
for
remembered
months.
him. Yeah, he's been gone. He's off surfing, according to you.
Yeah, he's just he's surfing the
having
world.
fun.
And when I say surfing the world, I mean literally just on one surfboard all the way around the world.
Yep.
That's all he's doing.
World record.
Yeah.
But yeah, Julia makes her debut on at No Mercy and then appears on NXT this week in the Go Home segment.
Yep. And like knees Chelsea Green's head off.
Yep. Well, not according to the IWC. Apparently, it was a very soft-looking knee. Guys, come on. WWE do a different product, okay? She's going to have to ring it back. And then, for meaningful feuds, maybe she can not ring it back and just obliterate people. I thought the knee looked fine.
I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah. Get off your fucking high horses. I'm all agitated because of fucking discussion with All Out. I'm just like, ah!
AEW has us rolled up, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
It really does. Look, I'm keen to see how this goes. I think that she'll put on a banger match because it's Chelsea,
So she's booked to face Chelsea Green on NXT this week.
and then
And she
the
will be
debut,
facing Roxanne for the title on the debut of CW.
which is October.
Yeah, so for the next few weeks, I think NXT is on USA.
Yes, so yeah, they've been pushing all week that it's Raw,
WWE week.
NXT, and SmackDown all on USA.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a big couple weeks.
Yeah.
Because, the debut for CW is in Chicago.
Because that's when
CM
CM Punk's.
appearing.
And then the next week, St. Louis with Randy Orton.
Yes, correct.
Right,
Yeah.
correct.
So that's going to be a huge couple of weeks. For
Who's going to get
NXT.
RKO'd?
Ethan Page.
Yeah, surely.
And then someone's going to fake pin him. Because that's his storyline at the moment. He gets fake pin and then people get matches.
I reckon Randy's got to RKO a few people, though. If you're going to put Randy down on NXT,
I'd like to see people attack him. Try and make a name for themselves by taking out the Legend Killer. But who?
Okay.
Gallus.
all three of them cop it.
Gallus. Try and attack.
Tony and the family, they all cop it.
Nah, they don't. We like Tony.
Do we?
The fans like Tony.
Okay. Ridge Holland? No, don't do that, Ridge, because you might injure Randy Orton. Don't do that. Keep him away.
Oh. Keeping on the topic of women's wrestling, and I'm
Yep.
using that term very sternly for you IWC marks. Giselle Shaw.
I thought I was the controversial one here, Reece.
No,
All right, please.
no. I'm putting my foot down.
Stop banging the table. We don't want to wreck the camera again.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that happened. Okay. Giselle Shaw has been granted her release from TNA. She's set to make her debut for Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, who is her partner, Scott D'Amore's promotion.
D'Amore. That's
I
D'Amore.
never remember how to pronounce his
That's
name.
D'Amore. It's got Scott D'Amore.
D'Amore. Okay. D'Amore.
Like you want
It's more fancy. I like
D'Amore
it.
s'mores.
I like s'mores.
Yeah. Do you want more of them?
I want D'Amore.
Just more of them? Oh, God. What are we doing with ourselves?
Oh, this is going to be a terrible podcast, folks. Yeah, so she'll be making her debut for Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling October 19th and 20th when they're doing their debut shows, which is good because I think the door kind of closed for her in TNA. She was champion for a little bit, had some really prominent feuds with Deonna Purrazzo before she went to AEW / Ring of Honor, feuded with Jordan Grace as well. She was doing a new sort of angle where she was like trying to find peace.
She was only feud with Ash by Elegance too a couple of months ago.
Yeah, pretty sure. And yeah, she's gone now. But since this news has come out of her being granted her release, there's been a lot of discourse online about her being transgender. Now, I started seeing this and I was like, what are people talking about? Because I didn't know.
Neither did I.
And then Dan over here, as soon as I mentioned that, oh, I see it.
Well, I mean, look, when you
throw you under the bus.
when you put a factual statement to me and you look at someone's picture in a different
I think there are
like
certain
tone?
facial features that do look somewhat masculine.
and then a quick
Giselle?
Google to find out that she's a Filipino Canadian wrestler.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I can see the Filipino here.
Yeah. But like, it's 2024, guys. Why do we have to keep having these discussions?
Oh, I don't think I don't care about it whatsoever.
Like, why bring it up at all?
But, I mean, it's interesting.
It's so annoying.
It's an interesting fact that it is. I was more humoured by the fact that that's Scott D'Amore's partner. He's batting massive favor.
He's punching up, mate. He's punching up.
Yep. Look, there's so many jokes about punching and him there, and I'm just not even going to touch it. I'm just not going to do it. Look,
Don't touch it.
No, it could be a home run, but I'm not going to do it. Look, I think it's probably a given that she was going to go to Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling when Scott D'Amore took it on.
Yeah.
So I think that's fine, and I think they're going to get some decent talent. Like I think Trevor Lee's already going for it.
Yeah.
Matt Cardona possibly will be showing up for that kind of stuff as well. So
I would not be surprised.
I think that there's enough of a market for the talent to start a smaller production up in Canada. That's probably a good thing. I just
Maybe
think
they'll link up with WWE. Who knows?
who knows. I just think the markets need to move on from the transgender thing. Like you said, it's 2024. Like
Get over yourselves,
Yeah.
guys. Like, come on.
unless
not
like
on.
the only way I wouldn't be against it, but I wouldn't agree with it being a big part of like a storyline.
No.
If you come out and
feel
you're like,
like
oh,
that's-
I'm trans and this, that, and you don't want to punch me because I'm a woman, like if you start really like doing that side of it, that's a little bit too on the nose.
It's like that line that we mentioned in the All Out review. And
two very different lines.
Yeah, they're very different lines, but there are lines that you don't cross.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Yeah. But look, it just if she looks like a female, she wrestles like a female.
That's the
she's
thing,
in the
like,
women's
she-
division, let her go. Who cares?
Like, when you compare her and Nyla Rose, like both
Yeah.
transgender women
And-
in the wrestling industry,
Who's
but they are both two very different statured women.
The other one I was going to say, it's not Nyla Rose. Who's Tyler Rex now?
Gabby Tuft.
Yes. That's another, and like...
But like, that was the thing with Gabby. Like, before she transitioned, she was a very tall, bulky man.
With dreads and was dropping people on their heads
doing
Death Valley drivers.
Look. She has transitioned very well, and she's looking to make her return as well. I think she did have a...
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I remember seeing her on Instagram or something somewhere. She was doing an independent show.
Yeah. There's just no room for it these days. Guys.
Yep. Broaden your horizons, people.
Yep. Keeping topic on Canadians, Bret Hart has been announced for Monday Night Raw this week.
Okay.
Emanating from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, which is their neck of the woods for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe this week on Raw, something in the women's division hinted at calling somebody.
Yeah, so that's going to be Natalia, isn't it?
100% it's going to be Natalia. It's in Canada.
So
who else did you expect?
I'll tell you who I expected, because it was Roxanne and Zelina saying, we need to find a partner to face off the
Roxanne's on NXT.
Not Roxanne. Lyra. It's the same person. Let's not kid ourselves here. To face the lesbians, the pure
fusion
PFC, the KFC people. Anyway, so she was like, we're in Calgary. I'll think of someone. And I went,
as soon as I heard that, I was like, it's Natalia.
I went, Canada. I went, Trish Stratus is going to come back.
That would be a nice swerve. I think everyone's expecting it to be Natty.
It's going to be Natty.
Because she hasn't been around for a while.
Well,
I'd like a swerve.
And they've also announced Bret. So if Bret Hart's going to be there, then Natty's going to be there. But then again, I mean, if you look at Instagram, Natty and Beth Phoenix are hanging out.
I really want to tie this next point in with Bret Hart, because you had a really interesting theory about Bret Hart's involvement on Monday Night Raw.
Please tell me.
And a certain feud involving CM Punk and Drew McIntyre.
No way.
So the bracelet, it's finally gone. It has been destroyed. That was the real huge focal point of Monday Night Raw and that feud this week. Because Punk comes out to call out Gunther, and I was like, are they really jumping to this already? Surely not. And then, McIntyre comes out in a hoodie. Good work, Joe Tessitore, calling it out straight away. That's Drew McIntyre in a hoodie. Love it.
Yep.
The bracelet's gone. Educate the people about your immaculate theory involving CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, and Bret Hart.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate when you pump up my ego.
As soon as you mentioned, I was like,
so my thoughts, because I think you mentioned that the rumors going around for what Bret is to be doing is to have a promo segment or something with Gunther, right?
Yeah.
Which I can see that happening. I can see that, Gunther calls himself the ring general. Yep. He is the best in the ring. He was the best Intercontinental Champion. He's going to be the best world champion they've ever had. And that's what a lot of specifically Canadian people will think, that Bret Hart is the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
Lucky I'm not Canadian,
eh? Poutine, eh? Good to Maple Leafs, eh?
That's my inner bogan coming out.
That's but that's kind of like where that was going, and I was like, yeah, look, I could see it. It's fine. Yeah. What I want to see though is I would love to see Drew McIntyre come out and get involved in this. It can be the same segment, to be fair.
Yeah.
And then Drew comes out, and then Punk comes out, and then like Punk gets out into the ring, and then there's Drew and there's Bret and there's Gunther and everything's happening, and then Adam Pearce comes out and says, "Hey, just everybody stop. Punk, Drew, don't touch each other. You're going to have a match, whatever. You cannot touch each other." And Drew is like, fine. Well, if I can't touch Punk, I've already taken his family from him. I've taken his bracelet. I've taken everything away from him. I'm going to take away his childhood. And then bang, Claymore's Bret Hart right out of his boots.
Can you imagine the crowd reaction?
Right in front of CM Punk in Calgary. And you have, like, if Drew wasn't hated.
That's going to be fire, dude.
Drew wasn't hated beforehand. Like, it's not going to happen.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But it's so cool to think about it actually happening.
Like, imagine the heel heat. Saying to CM Punk, like, I'm going to take away your childhood hero and just
obliterating Bret Hart.
And, like, Bret,
I would love that.
Bret can't take bumps, right? We know that.
Yeah.
But I reckon if you plan it enough,
you can have someone, like, catch him as he's, like, been hit, maybe.
I reckon he could fall.
Yeah. It's just his knees that are bung.
Yeah. Like, I think if Drew's talented enough to be able to hit it cleanly and not actually hit him, obviously. And I think if Bret's fine to sell just falling over, mate, that would be an absolute fire spot.
And that, like, I feel like everyone was starting to get over this whole bracelet thing. Punk got it back. Now Drew's destroyed it, so it's
Then
now,
how do you make this go into a cage now? How do you get this into a Hell in a Cell?
that is a massive turning point to really like push this into steel cage Hell in a Cell territory.
Yeah.
Because the way it's going now, it's just like
Maybe
Street Fight. Like I don't
Well-
feel like everyone's saying Hell in a Cell. I'm gonna mark out if it happens. It's gonna be
Hell in a
cool if
Cell.
it happens. But I just
Every Bad
feel
Blood
like-
pay-per-view has been finished by a Hell in a Cell match.
I
It's
know,
been
but,
main evented
like,
by a
I
Hell
don't
in a
feel
Cell.
like that's quite at that level. A steel cage can functionally do the
Hell in
same
a Cell.
thing.
Nah, it's even Hell in a Cell. The only
essentially
thing
the
that
same
goes
match.
against my story is that I don't think Punk will be on Raw. Oh no, Punk will be
Could be.
there because he wants to be there to see Bret Hart. But
Bret Hart.
like they jammed
Brett the shit man fart.
jammed the bracelet down his throat, choked him out, threw him in an ambulance.
Yeah, we'll see. What
I don't think he
happens.
shows up to TV, but that's my pitch and I like it.
Yeah.
Adam Pearce, call me. Triple H, right here.
Free media passes whenever you come
Yep.
down enough.
When
Thanks.
you tour next year with John Cena, bring him down to Australia.
Yep.
We want a backstage interview. That's all I'm asking. Give us 5 minutes of John Cena's time.
5 minutes.
That's all we want.
5 minutes.
You can't see us, but you can if you give us 5 minutes of time and you take my magical story of Bret Hart copping a claymore in the middle of Calgary.
Genius. Mention Joe Tessitore. He had a fantastic debut.
I really enjoyed him. Yeah.
I think he's really got such a prominent, distinct
Yes.
set of vocals on him. It really brings a different sort of freshness working with Wade Barrett on Monday Night Raw. I've seen a lot of stuff about him, people not liking his debut and people thinking he's slow and all that sort of stuff. Give him some time to adjust. I do think that his cadence was a bit slower. I do
Yes.
agree with that part, but I think that's just him wearing in a new pair of shoes.
But I also
essentially.
don't think that's a bad thing.
No, not at all
Like
the time.
you have someone like Michael Cole who has done it for so long that he's
can
so
just-
quick on everything that happens. Wade is so good at reacting to people.
Yeah.
I like that you have someone like Joe who
He can
has.
just sit there and he can just talk.
But
about the match.
Joe's such a good analyst, and if you've watched, like I watch a lot of NFL, and I've seen lots of boxing and stuff where he's been like analyst and commentating in those sort of fields. He's very good, and he's got a very sure voice, and I think that he will suit the product really well.
Yeah.
And everyone, that's sort of jumping at sort of trying to criticize him too early. He's been on the job for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Give him time. Please.
Cut him some slack.
Give him some time. He's no Excalibur, but he'll be better.
Go
Because
watch our all-out review to get context on that. Another lovely debut happened this week. My boy, Giovanni Vinci, made his long-awaited return to WWE on Friday Night SmackDown. And then he got jobbed
Wait,
out in
can I
like
just stop you there? Who was it?
Giovanni Vinci.
Was he on SmackDown, was he?
Yeah.
This week?
Yeah.
What was he wearing?
Or white.
By the way, he'd already lost.
Yeah.
In that time, he'd already lost his match.
Why? Why? What are we going to build towards with this? Like, I don't understand.
I don't know.
He's such a good in-ring talent. Why just do that?
I can't answer the question. What I also want to throw at you and throw this on your shitting of on Giovanni Vinci with why this is a horrible
I
spot.
love Gio.
No, but I know you love Gio, but like why this was such a bad idea was why was it Apollo Crews?
Yeah.
Of all the wrestlers on SmackDown that could have done the spot, like you could have done as a face, could have been LA Knight, could have been anybody that we like. It could have been Grayson Waller. It could have been
Anybody that we like.
someone from Pretty Deadly. Anyone. Why is it Apollo Crews?
That's another great question. I've got nothing for you. I'm annoyed about it.
I
I'm
also
devastated.
I will comment when he showed up in SmackDown and he pulled in through the car park in his nice car. That was also a Mercedes, which is a German company. Pick it up, WWE. He should be in a Ferrari or an Alfa Romeo. He's Italian. Okay? So you want to get your character right? Stick the character right, please.
That makes a fair point.
Don't make him drive German cars. That's a Gunther thing, even though we know Gunther's from Austria.
We know better than Randy Orton.
Yes, we do.
SmackDown
Don't
had
arcade
their last ever broadcast on Fox.
Yep. With Michael Cole on there now.
With Michael Cole. He's back on SmackDown with Corey Graves, the GOAT commentary company at this time. Team.
That is an
Commentary
Excalibur.
team. Yeah. Pat's gone, so he's out of the equation for now.
Yep.
Michael and Corey, they're the ones to look at.
Could you imagine Excalibur, Taz, Chris Jericho, and Danny Magic doing a whole broadcast?
That'd be the worst broadcast in history. It'd be terrible.
And Booker T just going, shucky ducky, quack, quack.
Oh, that's just me.
Mate, I watched NXT No Mercy because we already talked about some of the stuff on it. 20 minutes in, I was like, I've had enough Booker T. I can't deal with him. I can't.
The down point of NXT every week.
Oh, yeah.
Look.
I like it. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
The thing with Trick was great for a bit.
But not every time he comes
Not
in.
every time. And he's just...
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Joe Tessitore. Fox.
No, we're way past. Oh, Fox. Fox, right. I was wondering which tangent we went down for this part.
You're the one who wanted to talk about Fox. I'm handing it over to you.
Oh, look, it's 5 years. The 5-year deal came up. Obviously, now they're moving to USA. And we touched on that next week is WWE week on USA Network.
Yeah.
You've got Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. I think that this leads to the season premiere of SmackDown. We're going to get, obviously, the Cody Rhodes solo cage match.
Yeah,
which
for
to me,
the Undisputed Championship as well.
Roman Reigns was announced to this show.
Was. Past tense.
He has not been listed there currently.
No.
So
things can change.
I don't
Cards subject to change.
I don't think Roman shows up.
No, I don't think so.
I
think
think The Rock shows up.
You know what? The past couple of days, I've seen shit coming out online about The Rock's speculated return within the next 2 months.
I reckon it's The Rock. Because do you remember when
exciting.
they first went to Fox in 2019?
Yeah, The Rock was
The
there.
Rock.
If you don't have Roman there, you've got Rock.
And obviously when they go to Netflix in January, you're going to get Cena and you're probably going to get The Rock.
Yeah. Ooh, this is
Mate,
exciting.
USA are going to want to pull the strings.
Yeah, I'm keen for that now. I don't think Solo gets the title.
No,
surely not.
But like, and it's not going to be a title change. But how
Would be a
else?
fucking swerve if he did. I don't see Solo as that level yet.
No, I
wouldn't
loved.
mind a swerve. Though.
I do love the spot that Cody tried to pull on SmackDown,
Yeah,
where he was
calling
saying
out
how
Jacob Fatu
you're
instead.
the best and you deserve this title shot and I can't wait to defend. I'm not talking to you, Solo.
Yeah.
Talking to you, Jacob. And I was like,
Yeah, Jacob's just standing there like, what do I do? What do I do?
Yeah. I think it's going to be a fun part of the Bloodline story because
Yeah.
we've all kind of don't necessarily agree in Solo winning it.
No.
So how does this all play into the inevitable return of The Rock and Roman and how does that go into the Bloodline War Games?
Yeah. Yeah. We know the cage matches don't keep people out at all times. So it's going to be Bloodline rules.
Mate.
Have you not seen that Santi clip?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone did a compilation of Santi
Yeah.
in the lead up to WrestleMania talking about Bloodline rules matches. And he's always like, it's going to be Bloodline rules.
I think WWE also needs to tread carefully on what they do in terms of a cage match, considering what just happened at All Out for AEW.
Oh, we're 100% not getting anything near that.
Oh, absolutely not. I'm not saying that they should be, but I think that they need to maybe do the drama of the cage match differently, of how you get in and how you get out, rather than the brutality of what it could be.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to go with the angle of escaping the cage.
Yes.
I don't want to see pinfall submission stuff. I want to see people trying to escape the cage.
Yep. Until Cody hits 3 crossroads and then pins Solo clean, and then the cage goes up and Roman comes in and spears him.
It's Cody.
Sure. And then the Rock.
Is that who you meant, or did you mean
then-
Solo? Because Solo just got taken out by 3 crossroads and pinned.
That's true. Yeah, but the Rock comes out and
The Rock
Rock
comes out
bottoms
first.
Cody Rhodes.
And then Roman.
And then Roman comes out
And then we get
spears
a
the
tag
Rock
match at Bad Blood.
of the Rock and Solo against Cody and Roman.
Again,
I don't know if
Adam Pearce, Triple H. Give us a ring-a-ding-ding.
Nick Aldis, Mickey James. Mickey, you can call us.
Yeah.
And just have a quick chat to Nick in the kitchen when he's making breakfast and say, hey, these guys down under in Australia, in this little Madison Square Garage, I've got this really good idea for you. Book that on your SmackDown show.
Don't need no royalties. Just
Book and just
Media
5 minutes with John
passes.
Cena. That's all we want.
yeah. Final touching point on news this week. We talk about Cody Rhodes. There's been...
I was just going to woe, and I was like, I don't know if I have the voice to woe for it, so I won't do it.
Do you want me to do it?
Do we want to woe?
Do you want me to do it?
Do you want to
instead?
do it? Something, Cody Rhodes.
Off to a terrible start. Out the card lights go up, I'm home. Whoa! There we go. Got there eventually. Yes. Copyright infringement claim has been made against Cody Rhodes and Fanatics for the use of the American Nightmare trademark.
I guess.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of the research on
research.
on this. So in 2019 or so, when Cody started trying to come out as the American Nightmare on AEW and to copyright it and trademark it, there is a rock band in America called American Nightmare. So they came to an agreement, and they already had the trademark for music purposes.
Yeah.
So Cody wanted to do it for entertainment and wrestling purposes. And they kind of had a little chit chat. I was like, "Hey, man, that's like it's pretty close to what we are. We're called American Nightmare. You want to be called American Nightmare? Like that's pretty close."
It's the same.
So Cody paid them $30,000, and they made some terms of agreement, which was that for any merchandise and things that they use, there must be a 75% or more usage of Cody's name, likeness, or like material image for the merchandise to prove that it's wrestling related.
Yeah.
It's wrestling related, it's Cody Rhodes related. He's the American Nightmare. And then the most recent shirt, which I'll try and get put up here for us in the video, which is just the big skull, the Cody skull with the words American Nightmare on it.
Yeah.
If you saw that and you weren't a wrestling fan, there is no way that you would say that that's not for American Nightmare, the rock band.
Yeah.
So I actually fully agree with their lawsuit that they're pretty much spot on.
Yeah.
That this does not have any form of wrestling likeness or anything to it. It'll have the little WWE badge down the bottom. It says Cody Rhodes in it, but like more than 75%.
We know about the American Nightmare, like skull and like his like.
It's literally tattooed on his neck.
Yeah, like we know about that, but like if you're not hip with wrestling, you don't know about it, and you could easily mistake it.
One of the things the band said was that they were getting tagged in a lot of things, thinking it was Cody Rhodes.
Right.
So they can see that there's already confusion.
Yeah.
And when they go out and do gigs and shows, people are showing up in Cody Rhodes shirts. So there is already the confusion in general that symbol an American Nightmare is to their band. So I think they're trying to claim like $150,000 up to $300,000. It's chump change to WWE and Cody, to be fair.
Just pay it. Be done with it.
It's an interesting thing that like you see all these companies, WWE just went for the trademark for Unholy Union.
Yeah.
So they're like every word or everything they try and put up for a tag team and stuff, AEW will put a copyright.
Fusion Collective.
Correct. Like they copyright everything, which is what America does. They copyright all the things they do.
Yeah.
I just think this is a really interesting case where like
Literally-
both parties have a legitimate claim to the terminology, and they worked out a nice fair way of, look, you have it here, we'll have it here, everyone's happy.
Yep.
And then Fanatics and somebody in the design department just didn't know that was a thing.
Yep.
And now they're in trouble.
Oh well, shit happens.
Yeah.
That wraps it up for the news this week.
Is that
Anything
it
else?
for the show?
Yeah. Anything else come to mind that you want to talk about and discuss?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think I'm keen. I'm keen for Raw.
Yeah. If that Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Bret Hart thing actually happens, that's gonna be a fucking miracle.
You heard it here first.
I will be uploading that clip before Raw.
The few hundred people that watch this YouTube video, you heard it here.
I will be
first.
uploading that. Hopefully, get some traction.
And tag CM Punk and Bret Hart and Drew in it.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, cool. Look, I'm keen to see how that plays out. I'm interested to see the Intercontinental thing that, like, what happens now that Braun Strowman's in there, and if Braun
the number one contender match.
Reed comes back and just destroys him again.
Yeah.
Because it sucks he got COVID.
Yeah.
That's going to be cool.
I thought that was the dumbest thing, putting Braun in that match.
Yeah, but hopefully it
And
just sets up a
having
spot that
him
he gets
win?
destroyed.
Yeah.
Because a fatal
He's gotta
four-way,
get taken out.
fatal four-way is no
It's-
disqualification.
It's Jay's
Yeah.
to win.
Jay will win that.
Yeah. They've been teasing that.
That whole thing too on Monday, as much as I love Marmy, the whole thing teasing like who was going to tag with Damian Priest.
We all knew it was.
Just, what did he say? Did he say yes? No.
No,
He said yeet. Look, that's lame. I'm keen for that. I'm keen for Guilia and see how she progresses in NXT. I like the fact that they're putting Chelsea down there too.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Chelsea can
She's go-to.
cop the loss and move on and no one notices. Whereas if like Julia came in and destroyed Tatum Paxley or
Anyone else.
Fallon Henley, I'm trying to name people that I remember, Lash legend, etc.
Oh.
They wouldn't recover as easily as someone like Chelsea, who can just go back to SmackDown and go,
Carmen
Mr.
Petrovic.
Aldis.
Yeah, Carmen Petrovic.
Oh, she was on TNA, wasn't she?
Yeah.
I didn't even with a stupid sword. Hey, look at me, I've got a sword. I'm not Drew McIntyre. Sorry.
She does karate, dude.
Does she do like cowboy karate like Mark Briscoe? Yeah.
Again, go watch our All Out review to get more context.
I do the match, and I went to let's go, Orange Cassidy. Sorry,
Can you sign off doing Mark Briscoe impersonation, please?
Thank you for listening to Down on the Podcast from Madison Square Garage. You around the pool table of relevancy. I'm Mark Briscoe from the conglomeration. Woo!
Fucking crying. Right.
I'm so sorry, Mark Briscoe. I don't really like you as a wrestler, but I think you're probably a really nice guy. I'm so sorry, but it's too much fun.
Oh, man. All right, that's been another week on the Down Under the Mat podcast. Thanks, Dan, for that immaculate signing off.
Sorry, what do you mean, Jana? What's Mark Briscoe? I'm not even here anymore. What up?
Thanks for tuning in. Let us know what you thought about with Julia's debut. I can't think of the words, man. I'm just...
Oh, we're broken. It's too good.
Come join our Discord. Talk to us on TikTok, Instagram. Let us know what you think about everything below. Engage. Just talk wrestling with us. Thanks for tuning in. He's been Dan Danielson. I've been Rowdy Roddy Reese. We are here in Madison Square Garage. Thanks for tuning in. Scissor me, Danny.